Have you ever wondered why prayer holds such a significant place in the life of a Muslim? To answer this question, we must delve into the heart of Islam, where prayer or salah serves as a lifeline connecting the believer directly to Allah. It's not merely a duty or an obligation, it's a profoundly personal and spiritual experience. Imagine a line of communication, an open channel that allows a Muslim to converse with the divine, to express gratitude, seek guidance, ask for forgiveness, or simply find solace. This is the essence of prayer in Islam. Prayer in Islam is an act of submission, a demonstration of surrender to Allah's will. It's a declaration of faith, an affirmation that Allah is the ultimate source of all power and wisdom. It's an acknowledgement of our human limitations and a plea for divine intervention in our lives. But prayer in Islam is not just about asking or receiving, it's also about giving. It's about dedicating a part of your day, 5 times a day, to the one who created you. It's about withdrawing from the hustle and bustle of life, even if for a few moments, to reflect, contemplate, and connect with the divine. This act of surrender, this spiritual retreat, brings with it a sense of peace and comfort that is hard to describe. It's a comforting reminder that no matter how chaotic life gets, there is a higher power looking after you. It provides an opportunity for introspection, allowing the believer to gain insight into their own actions, thoughts, and feelings. The beauty of prayer in Islam is that it's not confined to a specific place or time. It's a spiritual journey that can be embarked upon anywhere, at any time. It's an invitation to step out of the worldly realm and enter a spiritual one, where the believer can converse with Allah, seek His guidance, and find peace in His presence. Thus, prayer in Islam is more than a ritual. It's a spiritual journey that connects the believer with Allah. Now that we understand the importance of prayer, let's explore how to talk to Allah. Communing with Allah is a sacred act, a dialogue of the soul that takes place in the realm of the divine. This spiritual conversation unfolds in stages, each with its own profound significance. Let's delve into this step-by-step process. Firstly, comes the niyyah, the intention. This isn't a verbal declaration, but a heartfelt commitment that resides within. It's the conscious decision to stand before Allah, to engage in a spiritual conversation. It's a silent proclamation that says, "I am here, Allah, ready to converse with you." Next is the physical purification known as wudu. This is not just about cleanliness, it's a symbolic act of purifying the soul. As water cleanses the body, the act of wudu cleanses the heart, preparing it for the divine dialogue. It's a gentle reminder that we are about to enter a sacred space to speak with our Creator. Then we have the adhan, the call to prayer. It's a melodious invitation, echoing through time and space, calling the faithful to converse with their Lord. The adhan is a powerful reminder that no matter where we are or what we're doing, we can pause and connect with Allah. It's a beacon that guides us back to our spiritual home. Finally, we arrive at the salat, the prayer itself. This is where the conversation truly begins. The salat is the language of the soul, a dialogue conducted in silence, yet heard throughout the heavens. It's a moment when the heart speaks directly to Allah, expressing its hopes, fears, gratitude, and remorse. Within the salat, each posture has a deeper meaning. The standing represents our readiness to engage with Allah, the bowing, our humility before His greatness, the prostration, our total surrender to His will. Each movement is a word, each word a sentence, each sentence a plea, a praise, a prayer. This conversation isn't just about asking, it's also about listening. In the silence of prayer, we can hear the whispers of divine guidance. We can feel the comfort of His presence, the reassurance of His love. However, this conversation isn't confined to the prayer mat. It continues throughout the day, in every act, in every thought, in every breath. Every moment is an opportunity to talk to Allah, to seek His guidance, to express our gratitude, to ask for His forgiveness. Remember, this conversation isn't a monologue, it's a dialogue. Allah responds, not always in the way we expect, but always in the way that's best for us. He hears every word, sees every tear, feels every pain. He understands when words fail us, when all we can offer is a silent cry from the heart. Through these steps, a Muslim engages in an intimate conversation with Allah, seeking guidance, solace, and blessings. This spiritual dialogue is a journey towards understanding, towards peace, towards Allah. It's a journey we are all invited to embark on, a journey that begins and ends with the divine conversation. So, what are the key points to remember when talking to Allah? Our discussion so far has underscored the significance of prayer in Islam. It's a fundamental pillar, a divine link, and a spiritual journey that connects us with Allah. But as we dive deeper, let's remind ourselves of the key points that can help us enhance this spiritual connection. Firstly, remember that prayer is more than just a ritual. It's a conversation with Allah. It's a time when you open your heart and soul to the divine, expressing your gratitude, seeking guidance, and asking for forgiveness. It is through this dialogue that we find peace, solace, and a sense of purpose in our lives. Secondly, the process of prayer is filled with profound meaning. Each step, from the initial takbir to the final taslim, is a symbol of our submission and devotion to Allah. It's not just about the physical actions, but the spiritual journey that each action represents. Thirdly, the sincerity of your intention is paramount. Allah knows what is in our hearts, and it's the purity and genuineness of our intention that makes our prayer meaningful. So when you stand in prayer, let your heart be filled with sincerity and devotion. Next, humility is key. As we stand before Allah, we acknowledge our insignificance in the grand scheme of the universe. This humbling realization helps us develop a deep sense of gratitude and an understanding of our place in the world. Finally, prayer is about forging a deep sense of connection with Allah. This connection is nurtured through consistent prayer, reflection, and meditation. It's about feeling the presence of Allah in our lives, recognizing His guidance, and striving to live in accordance with His teachings. In conclusion, the key points of prayer revolve around the understanding of its significance, the appreciation of its process, the sincerity of our intentions, humility, and the cultivation of a deep connection with Allah. Remember, the key to a successful prayer is sincerity, humility, and a deep sense of connection with Allah. So, how does prayer impact our lives, you might ask? Well, the beauty of prayer lies not just in the act itself, but in the profound transformations it can bring about in our lives. Let's start with self-reflection. In the hustle and bustle of our fast-paced lives, we often lose sight of who we truly are. Prayer offers us a much-needed pause, a moment to look inwards, to contemplate our actions, our choices, and our lives. It's an opportunity to analyze our strengths and weaknesses, our triumphs and failures. It's a chance to learn from our past and plan for our future. It's like holding up a mirror to our souls, allowing us to see ourselves as we truly are, not as we pretend to be. But self-reflection is just the beginning. Prayer also plays a pivotal role in self-improvement. It's a tool for growth, for change, for becoming a better version of ourselves. As we pour out our hearts in prayer, we find the courage to let go of our flaws, our fears, and our failures. We find the strength to embrace change, to strive for better, to reach for higher. It's like a personal coach that guides us, motivates us, and pushes us to be the best we can be. And then comes peace and contentment. There's a certain serenity, a certain tranquility that descends upon us when we pray. It's like the calm after a storm, the silence after the chaos. It's a sense of fulfillment, of satisfaction, of contentment that comes from knowing that we've done our best, that we've given our all. It's a sense of peace that transcends all understanding, a peace that only prayer can bring. Finally, prayer strengthens our bond with Allah. It's a bridge that connects us to Him, a line of communication that allows us to share our joys, our sorrows, our hopes, and our fears. It's a bond that brings blessings in this life and the hereafter, a bond that is nurtured and strengthened with every prayer. Through prayer, we not only talk to Allah, but also discover our true selves and our purpose in life. To wrap things up, we've taken a deep dive into the importance of prayer in Islam and the process of talking to Allah. We've explored the key points of prayer and the profound impact it can have on our lives. Each prayer is an opportunity to pause, reflect, and connect with Allah. It's a spiritual journey, a moment of tranquility in our hectic lives. In these moments, we can find guidance, serenity, and strength. Remember, prayer is not a monologue, but a dialogue. It's not only about asking for what we want, but also about listening to what Allah has to say. It's a means to communicate, to express gratitude, to seek guidance, and to find solace. Make prayer a regular part of your life. Embrace it as a daily ritual that enriches your spiritual well-being. So start your spiritual journey today, talk to Allah, and unlock the door to endless blessings and inner peace. Be sure to give a like to the video, and to get more Islamic videos regularly, subscribe to our Islamic channel and press the bell icon next to it.